Hi, and welcome to City Currents, a dialogue about Durango where you're invited to join in the conversation. My guest is Erin Hyder, Durango's Managing Director of Internal and Cultural Services. Hi, Erin. Welcome.
Good morning.
Morning. So, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
A little bit about me? Sure thing. Let's see here. I've lived here in Durango for just over 20 years. I came here to go to Fort Lewis, and I played soccer for the women's soccer team. And we were RMAC champions in 1999. And let's see here, for the better part of my career, I've worked in the ski industry. And I worked at Purgatory and Mountain Capital Partners, which is the group that owns and manages Purgatory. And I had a brief stint with WorldPay, which is a great opportunity for me to work with a global company and work in a global operations kind of environment while still being based in Durango. And it's a little bit about me and my professional career. I've always really worked in the human resources and the management kind of portion of businesses. And my husband and I have 2 kids, and we enjoy everything about Durango and all the activities and recreational opportunities that we have here.
Oh, well, very good. Why don't you tell us a little bit about the responsibilities and roles that you play here at the City of Durango as the Managing Director of Internal and Cultural Services?
Yeah, I'd love to. So I think the managing director role is pretty exciting for our organization. It's a role which really allows us to maximize our ability to team and work cross-functionally across the different departments within the organization. So my team incorporates human resources, information services, administrative services, and the library. And each of those directors and we work together, and we really lead that team as a function that is really promoting and enhancing our internal and cultural services across the city.
So, you came from the private sector and joined in local government. So you hadn't worked in government before, and you've been here about 6-7 months.
Yep.
What are some of the major differences you see coming in from the private sector working in local government?
Paper. No. Let's see here. I actually think there's more similarities than a lot of us might think. Because I lead a team that's primarily focused on people. People are very similar wherever you go, and so getting teams to optimize and work in a high-performing workforce is very similar wherever you go. I think the biggest difference I've noticed so far, and really what I was after, is here in this space is we really seek out the public engagement and feedback and input before helping make decisions. And that's probably the biggest difference, because in the private sector, you have your initiative or your outcome you're trying to achieve, and then you just run with it and you do it how you want to. And here in this space, it's the public engagement that I think is the biggest difference, and I enjoy it.
Good. So, as you know, transparency and accountability are really 2 big themes that we're pushing through the organization. What are some of the projects or programs that you're working on in your teams to kind of heighten that level of transparency with the public?
Yeah, that's a great question. And I would say in our space, we accomplish this and we demonstrate this really by we're really spending a lot of time trying to make sure that we have clear expectations, we have clear policies, we have clear procedures, and that's where the transparency and accountability comes in, because as long as those are defined really well, and that's what we're focusing on right now, and communicating those across the organization and with our leaders, that is ultimately allows us to be as transparent as possible and then to be held accountable to those, whatever it is, the policies, the procedures, the initiatives that we have. I think also, the work we're doing with, each of our leaders, as you know, we're spending a lot of time on really clarifying our decision-making roles, and I think that is, it takes time to get there, but it really helps with both of those things, so we can all clearly understand what decisions we're making, and then we're held accountable for it within the internal organization, and as we make decisions related to the public.
Absolutely. And so we have, I think, about 300 full-time employees and around 500 seasonal employees. So 800 employees, that's a lot of people to keep up with. How do you go about in your department, your team, keeping up not only with the recruiting and the hiring, but also the benefit administration as well as risk management? How are you able to prioritize all of those different things and work with so many different people in so many different varieties of roles?
Well, I think it's a couple different things. I think it's, number one, knowing what our key objectives and initiatives are and keeping those in mind. Number two is using the filter of, our mission and our vision and our values, and it allows us to really focus on what's important and how to get it done by using those filters. And then number three, I think, you can never have too much communication, but it's not only just communication, but it's how you communicate. And so lots of people communicate in lots of different ways. So some people prefer, and, within the organization we use, right now we're really utilizing our resources in the virtual world. So Teams, because we're across all the organization, written documentation, email, follow-ups. Calendar. We have a term that we use called calendaring, and it's where you turn the calendar into a verb, and that is really a way that we try to stay on top of everything and keep track of everything. So we're on pace.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So for the people that are listening at home, and they're looking to join the team at the City of Durango, where are some areas or outlets that they need to be paying attention to or looking at to see the job opportunities that we have?
Yeah, definitely. So definitely check out the City of Durango website and the Human Resources page, and that is where all of our jobs are posted and our career opportunities. We also highlight our very competitive benefits package and compensation plan, and both of those are located right there on the same portal where you can find out more information about joining our team.
Awesome. So last question, just a little bit more about yourself. Favorite type of music?
Bluegrass.
Gotcha.
So I have gone to my girls and I definitely, but I've gone to Telluride Bluegrass Festival, I think, every year since 2002. And we are the front row of the tarp crew, and we're usually number 1, 2, or 3 in the tarp line. And so for us, it's very much not only about the music, but our family that we have met over there, our music family, and the community and the excitement of being part of that festival for 4 days every season. So
awesome.
I'll tell you this, I'm looking forward to that coming back this year.
Very cool, very cool. Well, thank you very much for being part of the program, Erin. Really appreciate you taking the time to give a little bit about yourself and a little detail on the role that you play within the organization. So thank you very much.
Heck yeah, I appreciate it.
This is a program where we want your input and questions. You can call in your comments and questions into our special hotline at 970-375-5091 or send us an email at citycurrents@durangogov.org. I'll be back next month with another edition of City Currents. Thank you for watching.